Yo, welcome back to the network, y'all. And if you're new to the network, welcome to the network. We got Charleston White in the headlines again. He's speaking on the old girl that went to Mexico with her friends, yo. And she didn't make it back. Y'all remember that? It been like a year ago, I think, or a year and a half ago. Yeah, y'all remember her, bro. What was her name? Shanquella Robinson. It's a video of her friend setting her up or something. Charleston White speaking on this. But let's get into it.
And me, working with criminal defense mitigation specialists, looking at capital murder cases and working on these cases as a mitigation specialist, and they're seeing, homie, 99.9% of the time, most murderers, they get their death penalty, they go to Holland. Man, homie, when you go looking at the not just all murderers, but when you're looking at somebody that has the tendencies for violent, a violent mother. Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, most of them come from abuse, sexual abuse, or neglect. When you see that, homie, and you start to, you really start to understand, these are just hurting people. The just itching to kill a homie. Yeah. You get his file, you get his CPS file, you find out it was a stepdaddy, it was an uncle, spent the night at a friend's house, and the daddy, yeah, homie, it's some shitty files, homie.
How do you prevent that though?
You can't prevent it, homie. You prevent it by staying in the home with your children. Predators prey on children who ain't nobody with no fool father.
Yeah.
No fool daddy, or just an involved father.
Mm-hmm. But it's so many families that has that uncle, that dude in the family that everybody know was doing something he wasn't supposed to do, and ain't nobody said nothing about it though. Ain't nobody dealt with him.
Shout out to Miss Parker. She's the founder of Parents Against Predators.
Mm-hmm.
Later in her life, a woman out of Houston, Texas. Late in her life, she shared that she had been by an uncle. Only for over half her sisters and other family members to come out.
Man, you know how crazy that is. And crazy how that sounds spooky and creepy, man. For real.
And say the same thing. Yep.
Yeah.
That's normal, bro.
Well, we see it all the time.
That is so normal.
But that's the secrets in the family that don't nobody talk about. The old perverted uncle.
Yeah.
They still let him hug the little girls at the family reunions. He still get to come over at Christmas and make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Until like me find out who he is.
Mm-hmm.
No. To like me find out who he is. You have to shine a light on what's wrong. Because wrong will forever be wrong.
Shine a light on what's wrong.
Listing your house on the market isn't the only way to sell your house. Selling to us is much.
You lying, get on my screen. Let's get back into
it. And if wrong is wrong for too long, wrong starts to look right.
Yeah, everything is backwards now.
If you let wrong go on for too long, wrong will begin to look right. Young girls will start believing that this is a part of life, that this is the way it's supposed to be. They will start believing the things that the file says. If it go on for too long.
Yeah.
So that's where they learn to keep it a secret, because it's went on for too long.
Mm-hmm.
I know two children. And I bring their names up a lot. Catherine and Curtis Jones are two of the youngest children in this country to ever be convicted of murder and sentenced to life without parole at 12 and 13.
12 and 13 years old?
Google it, out of Florida. They committed a murder. Both were being molested. Catherine was acting out in school. So when she started getting in trouble at school, she finally came out and said, well, this is happening. As most young girls do. They start acting out.
Yeah.
Well, some didn't believe her. Most didn't believe her. CPS went out, Child Protective Services went out and, said that it possibly could be happening, but they didn't remove the out of the home. So
this is in Florida.
This is in Florida. You can Google the names, Catherine and Curtis Jones. This is right after the Columbine shootings. At night, Curtis will get out of the bed, leave his room and go get in the bed with Catherine. Well, of course, most people don't want boys and girls sleeping together, especially brothers and sisters.
Right.
So she would tell him, man, we can't sleep together. Well, he shared the room with the uncle who was right. So he was Curtis at nighttime. So he was running from the station
in order to try to get away from the guy.
Yeah. So one day they was walking home. And Curtis told his sister, I believe you. And she said, how did you know? He said, because it's happening to me. Well, she was the sister who had kind of been playing mom to little brother. So they were real close-knitted. So they concocted a plan to kill the stepmother.
Mm-hmm.
Just the undeveloped brain part of this thing. Other people may know what's going on. So they go home and shoot the stepmom. Immediately upon shooting her, Curtis dropped the gun, and they took out running. When you talk to Catherine, and they tell you from their point of view from when they was kids, they just thought it would all stop. Most kids think murder and death is like what they see in television. To hear her say, we didn't know that when you shoot someone that body parts, flesh, fragments of your body, pieces of your body come out. So that was surprising to them, as well as traumatizing and shocking. Only for them to go through our criminal court system as adults. At 12 and 13, they didn't go through our court system as juveniles.
Yeah.
They went as adults. So they talking to the lawyers. They're going through the court process, listening to these terms and terminologies as children.
Yeah.
Not understanding none of it. Thinking that they can just go home only to be sentenced to life without parole.
That's crazy. And it's so funny. One of the reasons why I love having these interviews and having these conversations, I don't even call them interviews anymore. They're just conversations, because we don't even know what we're going to talk about. We just be starting to talk.
Nah, you don't call and say, man, this is what we got today, man.
I don't know
you just
what I'm
jump
going to say.
And yeah, we cut the cameras on. We just started talking.
Yeah, we don't even introduce no more. But one of the things, me and you actually talked about it, because you was like, yo, time was going on with this situation. This Shanquella Robinson situation, right? And so I've been staying in touch with the father.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to him, and I've been reaching out to him every day or whatever. And let me give a little bit of context. So he's a man's man, right? And that no matter what help you, and it ain't even on no help, because I don't even like to frame it like that, because it's not like, okay, he.
Goodness, ripe for the picking. Hand-breaded chicken, perfect for dipping. Ice cold lemonade.
It's a good interview. Well, Charleston White always giving good feedback on stuff. It'd be real.
He needs help, but it's just more like a support, right? It's like, look, listen, bro, it's no way that we can substantiate what it is that you're going through.
Yeah.
But we know that you going through it by yourself because I have a personal relationship with you, right?
Yeah.
But he's a man's man, so he refuses help, but he hurting inside, right? This whole Shanquella Robinson thing where, her, according to him, straight out of his mouth, people that were supposed to be her best friends in college, right? Took her over to Mexico, fractured her spine.
From what I heard, she financed most of the trip.
Yes.
Wow.
So all of that, right? What do you think, in a general sense, based off of what you're familiar with? What do you think about that whole situation?
It takes me back when I say, Mama, can I spend a night over so-and-so house? And my mother would want to meet their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Mama, can I go here? Mama, can you take us to the movies? Okay, who picking y'all up? Such and such mama picking us up. My mama want to meet their parents.
Yeah.
And after my mama meet their parent, my mama come back and say, son, I don't want you hanging with them.
Yeah.
Some of us come from love. Some of us don't. That's the deciding factors in friends nowadays.
That's crazy.
Household you come out of. So a lot of our friends, homie, we become friends with them because some are less fortunate. Some didn't have what we have, and so we bond with these people.
Yeah.
And you can be friends with them for 10, 15, 20 years. And you see the jealous spirit, you see the envy, you see man, you see all the signs. You see all the signs, but because you love your friends, you ignore the sign.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for a long time. I had to wake up. That's a good interview. Catch y'all on the next one. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. Don't forget to subscribe. It's very important if you think it ain't important. And liking the video.